Hello everybody, this is Toys R Us, and this is, I suppose, just a quick collection update video. I've had loads of questions on the YouTube channel, which obviously this is, and for those of you who don't know, I've got an Instagram as well now. I've just started, and that is toys_rus, and I've had loads of people basically asking for collection updates, and I'm 100% going to be doing that for you guys over Christmas. But the other reason why I'm speaking to you now is because I wanted to show you exactly what I'm doing. Obviously you've probably been aware that I've got these large Japanese box sets that have come over, and for the guys who've been watching my video since day dot, you'll have seen them movie 5 figures there right on that shelf. And unfortunately for me, the time has come. I'm not going to sell anything just yet, so I don't want loads of people going, what are you going to sell, what are you going to sell? But this is just a bit of advice I suppose I want to give you as to how I've managed to amass, you know, such a collection. I get asked it all the time. Funnily enough, people think I've won the lottery. I obviously haven't. People think I've, you know, got rich parents or whatever. It's just being savvy with what I've done, and this is again maybe some bit of information, I suppose a bit of advice. I've touched on it a couple of times of how I've managed to amass such a collection. So these figures, obviously movie 5 didn't do too well anyway, came out a few years ago, and they're just there. They look nice, of course they do, but for me, I've got no affiliation from them at all. I just picked them up because they were cheap, and that's what I did years and years ago with a lot of the gold box figures. And even some of the first movie figures, because let's be honest, the first movie came out in 2007. So since I've done this channel, I've managed to do a good few trades. And as I've said, I've got no affiliation for these figures at all. I do really like the look of the Megatron, to be honest. I've nearly got him out of the box a few times, but I haven't once. But unfortunately for me now, what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to, like the same, I've got so many figures behind you which you can't see. You've probably seen in my collection, all the masterpieces and all that. And all of the newer figures, of course, I buy in a box. And we all know the value now of keeping boxes. So I keep the boxes, but 2-3 years ago now I had to get all my boxes, put them into storage boxes and keep them in the garage. And unfortunately now I'm at that point in my collection where I've got to actually do that with some figures, and I didn't really want to do that, but I blame Hasbro and I blame Takara for bringing out such good Siege, Earthrise and the Netflix figures. Yeah, it's so hard being a collector trying not to buy new figures. But what I'm going to do, and you can see me do a teeny bit of it, and I'm going to try and keep so you can hear me. I've had a few comments if I do videos like this to make sure that you can hear me. I'm literally just going to box them all up into one of these giant boxes that I've had, and they're going to get stored inside my garage so I can then display the ones that I want to fit. And yeah, that's basically about it. So it's to give you guys advice, because, you know, lots of people say I want to get a lot, I want to collect a lot, you know, and even if you're only buying one figure a month, whatever, with the January sales coming up, you know, all these websites, I'm not from America, but I see BBTS has an amazing sale all the time. Their sales are fantastic. I've brought a couple of things, but we always get stung with the VAT and the tax when it comes in the country. So basically what I'm not trying to say buy stuff for the sake of it. If you can afford it, then that's basically it. None of these figures here for me, you know, they're nice, they look really good, but I'm not even a big fan of that movie, unfortunately. But for me, I know that the monetary value in a few years of a sealed leader class figure will be really good. So this now then, you can see already there's perfect space. Of course, my lovely gift set, and that'll fit just in there nicely. The other thing I wanted to show you again before I do a full G1 collection update is, let me just grab the camera. So there we go. So I've just spun it around quickly. That's the start of my box that I'm going to fill up. The things that I wanted to show you again, just as a bit of an update. Sorry it's a bit dark, but I've got underneath here some all sealed figures that I'm waiting to send off to UK graders. Let me just come around here. These are the rest of the figures from movie 5 that I'm going to be sending off. I've also got all these gold box figures up there. And all of these gold, I've shown you a few. You've seen a few in the videos. These are all sealed. So I am waiting to send these off, so I do need this space, because of course when they come back in much bigger boxes inside the cases. And there's a couple of reasons why I've not sent them off yet. One is that it's taken between, well, anything up to 12 weeks, maybe a little bit longer, to get the figures back, which of course isn't their fault. We obviously know the problems that we've had this year with everything being delayed. And then the other reason is money. I mean, it costs at least, as I say, £30 to $45 minimum to get any one of these graded, sometimes more. So that's yeah, and I just haven't got the money at the moment. But I've got all these figures in here, all these carded ones ready to send off for grading. So unfortunately these figures here, movie 5, yeah, they're going to have to go into storage, because I want to display the figures that really mean things to me. So this is just a quick update. As I say, I keep getting asked on my channel, on my Instagram, they want a G1 update, and I'm going to do you a brilliant, well, hopefully a brilliant, I'm big, I was going to say, that sounds wrong. I'm going to do you a big update of the G1 collection only, rather than the newer stuff. I might do a big Netflix one in a set as well. But yeah, of the G1, of the few things that I've managed to pick up this year with some space. So yeah, I'm going to do a big G1 update over Christmas, try and get some top 10s done for you as well. And yeah, I suppose that's it. I just wanted to give you some advice. I'm not saying it works for everybody, but for me, and I think everybody knows really, as I say, there they are, there's the movie 5 started to pack already, and there's the empty Netflix boxes there ready to go. But you know, as I say, everybody knows that the value of these figures, they're going up constantly, so it's worthwhile just keeping hold of them for now. That was my Power Core Combiner shelf. Look at it, it's been taken over by Siege figures because they're just too good. And then I've got the other Netflix there, unfortunately. Yeah, I like my music, so that's Dex as well there. And hopefully they can go back on that shelf there. But as requested by a load of people for a collection update, and again, I suppose just a bit of advice of how I've managed to amass such a collection. But again, you know, 20-25 years, this is how I've managed to get it. So as I say, my advice for you guys, and I know it's tough times, so I'm not saying it'll work for everybody, but you've got the January sales and everything coming up shortly. There's some more figures there wrapped up for grading as well, that, you know, you might have a figure just in your area that some people can't get elsewhere, and then, you know, you can trade with somebody else for something that you want. But this is just, again, just a very quick update for you guys. Keep the rest of your suggestions coming in. I don't know how much I can get done over Christmas. Obviously, I've got a 2 and a 5-year-old, so I'm going to have some fun, obviously, over Christmas with them. But then the rest of the time, I'm going to try and get some videos done for you guys. But for now, I'm just going to be, I need to do an updated graded thing as well. For now, this is just me giving some advice and giving you what you asked for, to be honest. It's a bit of a collection update. These are going to go into my garage. I'm going to be resuming with normal videos, of course, straight after this. Just a bit of a bonus for you. Of course, guys, please, at the moment, especially during these times, take care.